Hello, my name is Nicole Koenig, and this is my presentation for Perspectives of Music and Society for the Spring 2018 semester. The title of my presentation is What We All Have in Common, Music. I'll be discussing three of the main ways in which music unites people. Those ways being the fact that music has the ability to stimulate various areas of the brain that other daily tasks, aside from music, are not able to do. It also releases certain chemicals in the brain, and it creates a sense of teamwork. As for the stimulation of the brain, many of you are probably aware that as humans we only use a small percentage of the brain at any given point. With music, however, it allows us to focus our concentration on such a large array of things. Music consists of having to focus on reading the music, for musicians at least. Reading music, playing the notes, paying attention to the beat, the tempo, watching a conductor, getting the rhythm correct, listening to yourself and your surroundings, and many other varying components that go into music. Having to focus on all of those aspects in such a small amount of time, really, it forces your brain to make a lot of connections that, say, reading, for instance, would not do for you. However, some people may ask, oh, I'm not a musician, how does music affect me? There are also subconscious efforts in noting various components to music. Say you're listening to a piece of music, subconsciously you will pick up on the beat, you will pick up on the changing chords, the structure of the music, how it makes you feel. And even if you're not actually making music, it still has a lot of similar effects. Another one of the elements that has to do with the brain is the neurochemical side of it. For, say you go to the doctor for depression, he may prescribe to you certain medications, but before doing anything, there will be a focus on the chemicals that are currently in your brain and what needs to be there to make you happier. Some of the happy chemicals would include things such as dopamine and endorphins, whereas some of the sad chemicals would include serotonin. You want a good balance of each, and music surprisingly has the ability to release both of those depending on what type of music you listen to. As many of you have probably experienced, there are songs that just make you feel all kinds of emotions, and that is one of the ways in which chemicals are able to be released. And if you have happier memories, you will be more likely to relate that to music, to engage with other people, to reconnect those memories with the experiences. Say, for instance, on a first date or something, if there's a song that comes on that makes you feel happy, you will relate those emotions together. And that is one of the aspects in which listening to music and engaging in any sort of music actually can help unite people. Partaking in any type of music also creates a sense of teamwork. Traditionally, music has been used in a very unifying way in so many components, such as people singing the happy birthday song together, in various forms of worship, in so many religions and cultures and throughout history, and even in ways such as singing the national anthem together in schools, even at sporting events, larger ones even, such as the World Cup or the Olympics and things such as that. It's a way for people to come together and say, this is who we are, we can relate on this note. And people talk about music being a universal language, and in many ways it truly is. I mean, you get a feel for how the music feels, how it makes you feel, but one of the many reasons that happens is because of the elements in music that were previously expressed. when you break music down into the various beats, the chords, the structures, music is typically set up in such a way to where it has similar components. It's a pretty universal thing for everyone to know that like light and bouncy is a very happy type of music. And that is one way in which it's universally expressed, but along with that, when people listen to the same music, their bodies sync up to that beat. So you really start to feel the music, and it puts everybody on a very similar understanding of what is going on, which is one of the many reasons why it is considered to be a universal language, because you really don't need to understand the words or understand all of the notes. You just take it in, and the people around you are likely to have similar emotions towards it. And I mean, amongst all of those varying components between how the brain actually works, the things that it engages in, and how the chemicals that are released by it, and how people pick up on music, all of those things are very universal components to engaging with music. And it's not something that, like I said, even though reading is a great thing to do, every time you interpret a book or translate a book, some of the meaning gets lost. And it may happen a little bit with music as well, but you don't have to listen to music in your native language to understand it. And those are just some of the ways in which music really does unite people. And amongst that, it's fun. Who doesn't enjoy music? So it's a little something for everyone, and that's my presentation on how music unifies the world.